Good day, everyone. My name is Okyere, and I'll be presenting on the topic energy logistics. So we'll talk more about the techniques, the innovations, and challenges in transportation and warehousing of energy resources. So with the agenda, we start with the introduction. We talk about energy supply chain, types of energy resources, transportation techniques, warehousing and storage, modern innovation in energy logistics, renewable energy logistics. We talk about the challenges in energy logistics and emerging trends and recommendations, and I'll conclude. So, with the introduction, we'll talk about what is energy logistics. Energy logistics is the planning, transportation, storage, and distribution of energy resources. So some of the energy resources are natural gas, electricity, hydrogen, and fossil fuel. With energy logistics, it ensures that continuous supply of energy from production to end user, that's safely and cost effective. Types of energy resources. We have the renewable energy resource, that's the solar, the wind turbines components, the biomass, and the hydrogen. And the non-renewable energy resources are the oil and petroleum products, the natural gas, the coal, and liquefied natural gas. We talk about energy supply chain. That's the stages of energy logistics. Yes, that's a process where raw materials are being extracted and turned into finished products. So it starts from the feedstock, the production, transportation, storage, transportation, and also getting it to the customer. Watch a video that will enlighten us more about energy supply chain.
Renewable energy player, fragmented logistics and delays stood in the way of delivering 2.2 gigawatts of clean power across India. We changed that. With a single window end-to-end logistics solution, we streamlined their supply chain by leveraging our expertise in freight forwarding and last-mile delivery, along with our services of a container freight station and customs clearance. From a wide network of origin ports across the Asia-Pacific to their factory in India, every link became simpler, faster, and more predictable. Their logistics cost dropped by close to 10%. We didn't just move cargo, we moved clean power closer to reality.
So the video we just watched talks about how raw materials are being processed, getting the final or the finished goods, and later getting it to the customer. Transportation techniques. We have different modes. So we have the pipeline, mostly for oil, the tankers, crude oil as well, the trucks, the rails, and the electricity grid. So the advantages for the pipes, continuous flow for the pipes, the tankers for large quantity, the rails mostly for flexibility, the trucks for last mile delivery, and the electricity grid for instant transmission. Now the warehousing techniques, we have the inventory management, the warehousing management system, the just-in-time, and the demand forecasting. So I'll start with the inventory management. Inventory management is the process where inventory are well managed to avoid discrepancies and errors. And with warehousing management system is the process where the flow of products or parts are well managed to avoid errors or issues. So with a just-in-time inventory is a process where inventory are being managed according to their needs. And with the demand forecasting also is a technique that helps in tracking of parts or stock. So I'll go ahead with the storage techniques. So we have the oil storage tanks, the natural gas storage facilities, the battery energy storage systems, the fuel depots, strategic petroleum reserves. So with the oil storage tanks, mainly for oils, that's in the larger quantities, and the natural gas storage facilities, that's for the liquefied natural gas, and the battery energy storage for main batteries, fuel depots for the fuel stations and all, and the strategic petroleum reserves, that's the main depots that supply fuel to other. My next slide, I'll talk about modern innovations in energy logistics. That's the adoption of new systems, technologies to improve logistics process. That's transportation, material handling, distribution, and storage. Also, with the digital technologies, we have Internet of Things. That's the sensors that are placed on parts of machines or equipment to be tracked, and also artificial intelligence, the drones that are used in logistics processes. The blockchain, that's the medium that stores data. The GPS tracking, that's trackers being placed on parts of machines from point of origin to point of delivery. Smart sensors, that improves productivity or efficiency. Big data analytics, also having a lot of information about a product helps you to track or reduce cost as well. So watch our second video showing modern innovation in energy logistics.
Game changer for our planet, AI-powered green logistics. This innovative technology is revolutionizing how goods are transported and stored, cutting carbon emissions while boosting efficiency. Imagine delivery trucks finding the fastest, greenest routes or warehouses running on renewable energy. Let's explore how this is shaping the future of supply chains. The vision, a world where logistics doesn't harm the environment. AI is at the heart of this, optimizing every step from shipping to storage. It's not just about speed, it's about sustainability. Take Europe, where smart logistics hubs are leading the charge. Cities like Rotterdam use AI to manage port traffic, reducing idle times and emissions by up to 20%. These hubs integrate real-time data to streamline operations, setting a model for the world. Green freight solutions are making a big impact. AI-driven route planning helps trucks avoid traffic jams, save fuel, and cut carbon dioxide output. A recent study shows companies adopting these systems can reduce their carbon footprint by 15% within a year. In Asia, low-emission freight networks are taking off. China's using AI to optimize rail and truck routes, connecting manufacturing hubs with minimal environmental impact. This shift is supporting the region's goal to peak carbon emissions before 2030. So, what's the benefit? AI-driven route planning cuts delivery times and costs. For example, a logistics firm in Germany saved 12% on fuel costs by letting AI choose the best paths. Plus, it reduces wear on vehicles, extending their lifespan. Warehouses are going green too. AI manages energy use, turning off lights and HVAC when not needed in the U, but it's not all smooth sailing. Challenges include high initial costs for AI systems and the need for skilled workers. Some companies also face resistance to changing traditional methods. Despite this, the advantages are clear. Economically, firms see lower operating costs. Environmentally, we're talking a potential 30% reduction in logistics-related emissions by 2030. According to industry experts, AI and logistics are a win-win. Businesses save money and the planet breathes easier. Her research highlights how smart tech can adapt to real-time changes like weather or demand spikes. Looking ahead, Carbon-neutral supply chains are the goal. AI could enable fully electric fleets and zero-waste warehouses within a decade, transforming how goods move globally. Which regions could lead next? North America is investing heavily while Africa is exploring green logistics to support growing trade. The potential is global, with every continent poised to benefit. Government support is key. Policies offering tax incentives for eco-friendly technology are popping up worldwide, encouraging adoption and innovation. Communities are getting involved too. In cities like Stockholm, residents push for green delivery options, showing how public demand drives change. Technological advances are accelerating. Drones and autonomous trucks guided by AI promise even greener delivery.
So we just saw AI tools, that's the drones for deliveries. So we'll talk about the challenges in energy logistics. Operational challenges can sometimes be high in transportation costs, security threats. Mostly we have places like Mali or other countries.
The global industries, disrupting fuel supplies and pushing up the energy costs. From transport to manufacturing, countries across Asia are being forced to adapt quickly in a way as the Strait of Hormuz remains under strain. Fuel prices have surged worldwide, with diesel in some markets crossing the equivalent of over $2 per litre. Over $2 per litre, and the impact is especially visible in Australia, where nearly 80% of liquid fuels are imported and heavily used by the road freight sector. Now, trucking companies are accelerating a shift away from diesel. Older trucks are being converted into electric vehicles, with the retrofit costs of around 150,000 Australian dollars or $100,000 per truck. Operators say running costs have dropped sharply, with some reporting energy savings of up to 84% on long-haul routes. New technology like swappable battery systems also reducing downtime, allowing trucks to get back on the road within minutes, making electric freight more viable even across long distances.
The idea of the swappable battery is that the truck doesn't need to stay still for very long. So a truck can pull into a charging station, swap the batteries, and be on the road again within 3 or 4 minutes. So it's good for the trucking company because they don't need to pay the driver to sit still while the truck's on charge for 2 to 3 hours. It's good from a real estate point of view because you don't have these big vehicles sitting still for 2 to 3 hours. And it's also good for the batteries. So all of our batteries are charged slowly, which means they don't degrade, they last longer, they're preserved.
Meanwhile, in Asia's manufacturing sector, the same crisis disrupting supply chains. In South Korea, shortages of plastic raw materials driven by reduced oil and petrochemical flows have forced some factories to cut output to just 10 to 20% of normal levels. Just 10 to 20% of the normal levels. Production delays have also stretched from 2 weeks to as long as 8 weeks, hitting revenues and forcing companies to look for alternative suppliers.
Our biggest concern is manufacturing and delivering our products. Without manufacturing, downstream processes can't make the face masks into finished goods for sale. Due to severe delays, production has effectively come to a halt, resulting in revenue losses.
But the disruption is also driving change. Demand for eco-friendly packaging has surged, with some manufacturers seeing inquiries rise threefold as businesses seek alternatives that use up to 20% less plastic.
As plastic supplies have tightened due to the US-Iran situation, inquiries for paper-based alternatives have increased threefold. Approximately 70% of the demand is for paper tubes used in sunscreens, essences and lotions, followed by paper sticks and pouches.
The broader shift reflecting a deeper structural change. Asia accounts for nearly 1/3 of global plastic use and has seen consumption rise by 900% since 1990, making it highly vulnerable to supply shocks. Experts say the current crisis is accelerating long-term transitions from cleaner transport to sustainable material as industries respond to rising costs and supply uncertainty. As global tensions continue, these shifts could also reshape how economies manage energy, supply chains, and sustainability in the years ahead.
So the video we just watched highlights more on the challenges of energy logistics. So that's when Iran conflicts happened, the Strait of Hormuz got affected and fuel prices rise, and as a result, transportation costs also were high. And also, in as much as the challenge came, other parts of the world made a different change in their process or introduced paper instead of plastics to boost or to make production. Emerging trends, that's future of energy logistics, the green logistics, that's the sustainable logistics, autonomous vehicles, hydrogen economy, carbon neutral transportation, the drone inspections, the digital twins, the smart warehouses, and renewable powered logistics for the emerging trends. Recommendations: invest in modern infrastructure, adopt digital technologies, improve energy storage capability, strengthen cybersecurity, enhance environmental protection measures, develop skilled logistics professionals, and expand renewable energy logistics systems. Always, energy logistics is essential for economic growth and then energy security. So it's best we just introduce new or green logistics. Efficient transportation and warehousing reduces cost and improve reliability, as we watched with the energy supply chain video. Technological innovations are transforming energy supply chains, addressing environmental and operational challenges, critically sustainable development. Thank you, and I'll end my presentation here. Bye.